What's going on, everybody? C4, and welcome to today's video, where today I'm going to be telling you what team are relocating for the Toronto Huskies. Not really a big surprise. Everyone pretty much guessed it was going to be the Buffalo Bills. You were correct. There was a couple second-place teams that were interesting. Maybe the Bengals. Too many teams in Ohio. You have the Browns. The Bucs are the worst team in Florida. There's too many teams in Florida. You have the Chargers that are pretty much like a nomad team. You can look at maybe the Jets for one of the worst rosters, and there's too many teams that are called New York that play in New Jersey. But ultimately, I've settled on the Buffalo Bills because they are the most likely team. If there ever was to be a team to move from America to Canada, it would be the Bills. Plus, they played home games in Buffalo, similar climates. It's easy. And their roster, it's not super hard to move on for them. They don't necessarily have the history. Right now, you'd say probably the two biggest things in Bills history. One would be jumping through tables. Two would be O.J. Simpson. And three would be losing all those Super Bowls in a row. Was it 3 or 4 Super Bowls, the Jim Kelly era? So there's not a whole lot of history there. It's time for them to turn a new page, and that new page is moving to Toronto. You want to know why? Buffalo has snow. Toronto has snow. Makes sense. Seamless transition. So looking at the roster here, though, this is what the main point of this video is going to be. Also, at the very end, I'm going to finish by showcasing what sliders I'm currently going to be using for this franchise and currently using in Madden. That could help you guys out. So for those guys that don't care about this series, which I think most of you would, just skip to whatever, probably 5 minutes, 6 minutes in to check the sliders. I will also say right now, quick plug before I do anything, tonight only, so everyone that's not watching this today, it's going to be useless to you, tonight only on YouTube, and I'm going to eventually move over to Twitch. I'm going to be giving away 5 copies of Madden 19 because, I'm making moves in this world. So make sure you subscribed, you tune in, and go to my Twitch and follow my Twitch. I'm trying to grow my Twitch page a lot because I want to start streaming on there. So go check that out. Link is in the description. So now that we're done the plug, let's show the Bills and why I'm doing the Bills. So first up, you're the quarterback, Josh Allen. What's the one thing we know about Josh Allen is that, he has some good athletic ability, but he has that 99 throw power. Here, let's see him showing it off. So with that throw power comes great responsibility, because right now everything hinges on Josh Allen at not becoming the next this guy. Jamarcus Russell is the comparison that a lot of people are comparing Josh Allen to, because big quarterback, big arm. Not sure if their accuracy's going to hold up. But I think the biggest difference right now is Josh Allen actually seems to, care about staying in shape and cares about football, whereas, Jamarcus Russell did not whatsoever. However, there's a guy on the Bills that could definitely get Josh Allen to laze it up and gain a couple pounds, which we'll get into a little bit later. But it's an interesting storyline for the Bills and obviously the Toronto Huskies is, can we develop Josh Allen to a franchise quarterback, or is he going to fall down to the depths of being the next Jamarcus Russell? If things go bad, don't worry. Nathan Peterman, baby. So we move to the running backs. There's a lot of uncertainty over the future of those running backs. There's no franchise running back long term. You have Shady, who's 30. We know once you hit like 31, 32 in Madden, you're going to move down and your speed's going to go from 90 all the way down to like a 78. So we're pretty much only going to be able to get one good year out of Shady, and that's probably going to be the transitionary year from the Bills to Toronto. Plus Shady, look, he first went there from the trade from Philly and had like a females-only birthday party. Kind of a baller move, kind of creepy. Didn't start off on the right foot. Then, this offseason with the whole girlfriend thing, which, I'm going to go on the side of the player. I'm going to trust the player, because we all saw what happened with Reuben Foster in San Francisco, where, due process is important. But, it's enough to say that this running back stable here is cloudy, to say the least, for the future. At the wide receiver spot, you have Kelvin Benjamin, who's 6'5" and listed at 245 pounds. This guy's 245 pounds. I'm 160 pounds, okay? Kelvin Benjamin is at least 306 pounds minimum, all right? And then you got Zay Jones. Actually, you know what? With Kelvin Benjamin, you see what happened with him and Cam Newton? Cam Newton, punked him off. What? How do you guys say what you say about Cam Newton? Then when he confronts you, you look like a beta. You look like a beta male. The biggest beta male of all time, 700-pound beta male, okay? And then you got Zay Jones, who I was really, really huge on coming out of ECU. I thought he was my sleeper. He had one of the best Senior Bowls I've ever seen a wide receiver, and I hope that he turns his career around, because this obviously he was tripping on bath salts. I'm sure most of you guys saw this. So the wide receivers, again, another position that there's not a franchise guy here, and the future is uncertain. That makes it exciting team to rebuild. You have Charles Clay, who's decent, but he's getting up there in age. Offensive line, you pretty much only have Deion Dawkins, who's kind of playing an undersized left tackle right now. Everyone else is not great. You have Shaq Lawson, who's been a bust, but I was a big fan of Shaq Lawson at Clemson, so there's a little bit of a career revival in this. You have Jerry Hughes, who's 30. You got Trent Murphy, who got suspended in the past for Lane Johnson supplements. Looks like a dude that would use Lane Johnson supplements. You got D-tackle legend Kyle Williams, but he's super old. You have Star Latu-Lele, who looks like a guy that would help you navigate Mount Everest, getting $60 million, and he's a 76 overall. You do have Harrison Phillips here, who's a guy I'm very, very excited to get my hands on in the Madden sim. I think I can develop him into a star. Linebackers, Lenzer Alexander is 95 years old. You have Tremaine Edmonds, who hopefully we can develop into a superstar. All right, guys, here. You have Trey White, who is a superstar. Bills Mafia is still upset that he lost out on Defensive Rookie of the Year to Marshawn Lattimore. But outside of him, nothing else there at the cornerback spot. So another position we pretty much have to build from the ground up. At strong safety, you have Micah Hyde, 27, 92 in his prime. That's very nice, especially because safeties in general are very difficult to draft. I like that they already have 2 established safeties. Special teams look pretty good. But ultimately, the number one reason I am choosing the Buffalo Bills is Jordan Poyer's wife. Anytime I can talk about his wife, anytime I can reference his wife, anytime I can just straight up go on Google or Instagram and search for his wife, it's going to be a good day. It's going to put a smile on my face. So that is the number one reason why I have chosen the Buffalo Bills. So expect in the next day or so, guys, we're going to be working on that first season where we transition Buffalo to Toronto. So in that meantime, all you Bills fans can, take out your raids, just get your best table and just jump right through it. Get it out of your system right now because times are changing in Buffalo. So that is just the little, quick introduction. I expect an episode within the next day or so. I got to record a new rebuild. It'll be coming out after that. But here is lastly the sliders. The sliders that I think you guys should be using. Like this video is coming out the day Madden officially releases, and the Madden sliders suck. So hopefully these sliders can help you guys out. And again, if you're just watching this tonight, make sure you subscribe if you haven't, because we're doing a live stream and giving away some copies of Madden on YouTube's, and then we're going to Twitch. So follow me on Twitch, and we're giving away more copies. 3 on PlayStation, 2 on Xbox. Let's get into the sliders. Let's get it. So lastly, we're going to finish up with what sliders we're going to be using when we start our Toronto Huskies franchise mode. And these sliders here aren't the be-all, end-all, end-game sliders. No. They are just sliders that are much better than what the default Madden 19 sliders are at launch. And by the time you guys are seeing this, today's like the first day that Madden officially comes out for most of you if you didn't pre-order it. So anything that is better than what you get from the base Madden 19 sliders is better, because right now that's pretty much the only glaring negative for me here in Madden 19 is the sliders are so bad. So these sliders here are 99.5% Matt 10s on Operation Sports. I just think you could probably go on to the roster share and search for Matt 10 sliders, and these will come up. However, I've made a couple slight adjustments to finally tweak the game to my best, I don't know, maybe my high level of standards, maybe. But yeah, these are currently for All Pro. I have yet to find any sliders that feel and play good on All Madden. Those should be coming soon, because I am an All Madden player. I'm not a great Madden player, but usually I do like the challenge of All Madden. But currently there is nothing that is worth playing on All Madden unless you're fine with the default settings. So for an All Pro, we'll start here in game options. First of all, you want to make sure your favorite team is the Eagles, because if not, I mean, come on, man. They're the Super Bowl champions. Skill level on All Pro, quarter length and stuff like that, it'll change. This is just offline that I'm showing you this. So I usually actually play, if you want to know what quarter lengths I do run, I actually usually run 10 to 12, somewhere in that range. I find that gives me ample amount of playing time to get realistic stats. Game speed is on normal. All these are this. I'm not going to slowly go through everything. You guys can just pause the video and catch up. But the big ones for the player sliders, I like injuries at 15. Last year I liked them at 10. But then again, last year, you do want injuries to get that realistic feel of it. If you're not getting anyone hurt, then it's just like, well, might as well just turn them off. So I think 15 is a good fine range where you might get 1 to 2 injuries a game and nothing too crazy. I like fatigue at 49. That's what Matt 10 sliders were. And the player speed parity scale, I have it at 30. The original Matt, whatever, the original sliders that this guy had, they were closer to 50. He suggested the closer to 50, the better they worked. I actually disagree. I still found, I think his base suggestion was like 42. I still found like Tyreek Hill was getting caught from behind for like a wide receiver or a corner, whoever they had playing there. It was a corner, obviously, because Tyreek's a wide receiver, but say on special teams. My guys with like 87, 88 speed. That should not be happening. So usually I do go to 25, but we'll bump it to 30 to try to take the best of both worlds. Now it's time to get into your actual Your actual settings, penalties, I have them at this. I actually, like this guy, Matt 10 on Operator Sports, like went into how penalties actually affect the gameplay, like affect the running game and affect like, you know, the insta-shed blocks. So this is what he's rolling with: 20 offsides, 20 false starts, 45, 50, 50, 50, 50, and 55 for DPIs, and all these on. For player skill, this is what he's rocking with. Now, I've only played about 7-8 games on these sliders on All-Pro, but definitely better than default and the best that I've been able to find right now. But again, I need to reiterate, these are not the end-game sliders. These are just day one, something for you guys to use for the first week or two of the game that I've found enjoyable, much more enjoyable than the base. So we get the accuracy, pass blocking, catching, run blocking, fumbles, reaction times at 0. Now that's very extreme, but his argument to having this at 0 is that the reaction time it's a broken mechanic, doesn't really affect too much either way. The biggest thing is the inch-shed blocking. You notice that he said when the reaction time was down at 0, you didn't see as much of the computer D-line just butchering your offensive line. So you'll see that on the back end when we show the computer skill. But we got all this, tackling, and there's the special teams. And then going to the computer skill. Here we go. Everything's pretty similar to what you're going to be running. Now, last year was different. Last year, especially my all Madden sliders that I was using had like 1 and 2, literally like 1, not 53. 1 was like the accuracies, which was pretty ridiculous. So hopefully things have changed a little bit this year. But I found these to be pretty good for right now. You know, those again, just pause the video different times. So that's the sliders. Those are the sliders that I'm using for the Husky series, and those are the sliders I recommend you guys using right now, unless you just want to get frustrated with all Madden or you think you're some sort of elite. I'm going to go on Twitch and join competitive Madden player. Then just play all Madden on default sliders. So that does it for me today, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy the introduction and finding out what team we will be relocating to Toronto to have for our Madden 19 franchise mode. I'm very excited to jump into that. We're going to have lots of Madden franchise mode this year by way of the Huskies. You're going to have the realistic rebuilds, not just once a week on Fridays. You're probably going to get roughly two every week. You get career modes, career revivals. We're going to throw in a little Madden Ultimate Team Road to Glory. It's going to be a fun time here on Madden 19. So, if it was your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button. You want that content. Also, tonight, I'm going to remind everyone, I think I might have said it in the top of the video. If not, I'm going to be live streaming tonight on YouTube for a little bit, and then we're going to go over to Twitch because I need a lot more people to start following me on Twitch. It's ridiculous. I only get like 200 people. Then again, I've only streamed on Twitch twice. I'm going to be giving away copies. I got 5 copies of Madden 19 to give away. I got 3 on PlayStation, 2 on Xbox. I got 6 codes in total. One of my buddies, I hooked him up with one because, you know, he's a little down on his luck right now. I felt, be a good guy. So I'm going to be giving away 5 copies tonight. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and you tune in that live stream tonight. It's probably around 8 p.m. Eastern. And then we're going to go over to my Twitch. My Twitch link is in the video description below. I'm probably going to pop it on the screen. Go follow that. I'm probably giving away more of the codes on Twitch because that's where I want everyone to go, all the eyes on, and get more followers there. So follow it up now so you'll be able to tune in. But that is it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tonight. Peace out.